Hey friends, it's Ruben with Hi-Fi MIDI. Thanks for joining me for another live stream. In this video, I'm going to be reviewing and demoing Ample-Sound's newest major update to their electric bass lines, Ample Bass 3. And this is an update to their 4 electric basses. But before I do that, I want to encourage you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so and hit that notification bell for the latest updates. Also, at the end of this video, if you feel like you enjoyed it, please hit that like button, comment on what you'd like to see or what you thought about it, and share to your social media page. Also, I've been updating my website, hifimidi.com lately, so if you want to check that out, I'm going to be adding new things to it, including more videos, content that's not going to be on YouTube. Also, I'm on a new affiliate of VST Buzz. They advertise these massive deals on bundles of software they have all these deals going on, including some of the products that I've reviewed on my YouTube channel. So if you click on the description, you'll see it there, or on my website, you'll see it there as well. And if you're the giving type and want to support my channel financially, I have a Patreon, PayPal, and Venmo link in the description. That was long. Okay, let's get back to Ample-Sound, the very important thing, the topic of this video. So let me turn off my face cam and then put on my keyboard cam. All right, so before I start playing this, I'm going to go through the list of features that are new in this update. So Ample Bass 3 is the 3rd version of their software. This is a free update for everyone who owns their electric basses, so you don't have to pay 1 cent extra. You just download it, and this is such a gift because the updates are going to improve your workflow and the sound quality in a major way. So just really quick, one of the updates is, aside from the GUI, I mean, this is beautiful. This is just like their version 3 on their guitars. Hi, Rafaela. They've updated everything in the front as well. In Riffer, we have Riffer 2.0. This is supposed to look more like Cubase setup. This is such a huge improvement because now you have a lot more editing features, such as you have your pencil tool, where you can just draw in the notes. You have your eraser. Click on a note and then it's gone. Rather than double clicking or right clicking and then pressing delete, you can just erase it on the fly. Another feature is, sorry for these noises. Another feature is their split tool. So you can split it at any point. Just as easy as that. And then they have their glue, which is going to have the opposite effect. You also have multiple selections. So if I go to my cursor, click, and then I can drag over a group of notes. I can delete those. Now I've been clicking everything, but they also have key commands. However, when I use that within Cubase, at least with this version, it was affecting Cubase. So if I pressed Command Z for undo, it would undo whatever I did on Cubase and not within the Ample-Sound. So I think that might need to get fixed. But either way, you still have the option to click it and undo, or right click, I should say. You can also select multiple groups, then copy and paste. When this is going to be a time saver. So in the previous version, you would copy something that all the events in a measure, and then copy that to another measure, which is nice, but it didn't allow you to do more detailed work than that. The next thing is this is a cool feature called legato. So if I choose a group of notes and I want them to be connected or to fill out the rest of the measure, I select those and then I click this button right here, and it's going to extend them. Conversely, they have a restrict button that does the opposite. So it's going to go back to that. Now, let's say I have a group of overlapping notes. In a case that I dragged in a MIDI file and I don't want those notes to overlap. If I hover over them, or if I select them all, and I hit restrict, it's going to separate them. But if I have a group of notes like this that are separated for the most part, if I hit legato, it's going to overlap them. Now, I wouldn't have necessarily called that legato, because that doesn't really mean that it's legato, but it's more like a note overlap. I don't have another name for it, but that's what they decided to call it. So that's Riffer, and when you're in the standalone mode, these key commands work a lot better. However, they don't work as well within Cubase at the moment, because Cubase recognizes those key commands and uses them instead. Another thing they've added is more samples, harmonic samples or natural harmonic samples, I should say. So this file is going to be bigger. The next major thing is the amp and cab simulator. Now, they have 3 amps, the B15, BA500, and SVT Pro, which you can toggle through by clicking this arrow. As you can see, it has a beautiful design, and you can adjust the EQ. And I'll show you the sound in just a second. They have a graphic equalizer on here, as well as a 3-band EQ, gain, limiter. It's just beautiful. And then over here on the right corner, you can choose between amp and then cab. They have 3 different cabinets, and you can see the mics right here, all with the different sounds. On the right side, you have your choice of different mics. 2 dynamic mics is the Shure SM57 and Sennheiser, I believe, MD421, U87, and an AKG 414 or C414. So you can switch those out. It gives you a different tone. You have your room, and then you have your little mixer, and then panning. You can solo them. You can switch or invert the polarity. Then you have your DI volume, and then what I'm guessing is your overall volume right here, your cab. They've also updated the preset menu. So I'm going to go through these really quick and play it for you. This is directly in. This is with the amp off. So this is a sound that you're probably familiar with. Now let's hear it with the amp. Now, I don't know if you can hear it through YouTube's compressed audio, but immediately I heard the sound become a lot more punchy, and there's a slight amp hiss to it, which is I think is really cool and authentic. Let's mess with the EQ so you can hear that. It sounds really fat. Now, they've been developing this for about 2 years, and I've been corresponding with the owner of Ample Sound and asking him, is it ready yet? Is it ready yet? And they finally sent it to me about 2 weeks ago, and I was blown away, but I couldn't announce it. I was planning on announcing it on Friday on the release date, but I'm in a band and we're super busy on the weekends, so I didn't have a chance to review it until now. All right, let's listen to this one. This has a different tonal characteristic, probably better for rock. compression. Everything works well. This is great. And then I think this is a tube amp. It's very nice. Let's go through the cabs. So you can swap them. I mean, you can combine them. So you have lots of choices, and then let's switch the mics. I want to choose a 421. Condenser. I think this tube amp's warming up the sound so much that I can't really hear the difference. So let me go back to this one. There you go. That's more sensitive. Then I can combine the DI sound with this. I'm going to unmute this. It's a lot fatter now. And now they've added stereo DI sound. This is a little hard for me to hear. I hear a difference in the sound, but let me turn this off. This amp off. That's a little harder for me to hear. Then they have different capo logic now. This is the same as their acoustic bass, where right now it's limited to a range of five frets. This is in chord mode, or yes, chord mode, and then melody mode is going to extend it. I think it's 1 octave. Now, if you haven't seen my past videos, the purpose of this capo logic is that if you're playing a bass solo, bass soloists tend to focus on the last string. So if I'm up there, it's just a little bit more realistic playback as far as which string and which frets are used. So in chord mode, it's going to change to the next string if it needs to. Now in the effects section, I think they've added an 8-band equalizer. Not sure how many bands it had last time. I don't really use equalizer too much on this. I usually use an external one. And they've added IR reverb. So let's listen to the other basses. Ample Metal Ray. This one is pretty crazy sounding. Here it is in its default mode. Any day now. Oops, I think I passed it. I love that one. That's awesome. So it's almost like you have all these different basses in one because of these presets, and it's all built in. So that's very convenient, and they sound great. Makes me anticipate the version 3 of their electric guitars, because I think that's going to have a lot more amp and effects features. All right, a couple more and then I'll go to the ample bass P. Okay, ample bass P. I like the P bass to have a warm sound, so I'm going to choose this amp right here. You know, I just realized that this was out of view a little bit. Absolutely beautiful. Let's give it a little bit more reverb. This is such an inspiring piece of software. I mean, they just keep making it better and better. Like, this makes you want to create music, and I'm really proud of the fact that I was able to see like the process, some of the process of this, that I get to work with the people at Ample Sound, just giving them feedback. Like, I don't even have a big part in this, but anyway, I've left a link in the description to their website. If you already own this, go to the website right now and download this. Download the update. It's so worth it. And this is something that this is something I would actually pay for. You know, an update that I would pay for. I don't think I even covered everything that was included, like all the updates. But this is a lot anyway. Well, friends, thanks for watching this video. And I appreciate you stopping on by. I will be posting a few more live streams this week. Hopefully I have time to do them, but I'll review some other software, some other instruments. So please join me then. And thanks for watching. Take care.